G'day guys, hope you're all well. Been a long while between videos. I've had a bit going on. Yeah, as I've mentioned, I've had a bit going on between selling the house, getting out of a rental house, and buying another house about 30 k's from the old house, about 30 kilometres away in a little country town on the lake system in South Australia. And I'm going for a bit of a cruise around there now. I'm just heading up into town to do a bit of shopping. And yeah, I've got to admit that being down here in the quiet it's pretty special. There's no one here, that's why it's quiet. There's not even a store in the town. But yeah, it's a great little place. I'm glad I call it home. It's not very far from where we were. But on top of being busy moving house, and only have me and my son to move house, and my wife setting it up, I've also had a bit of a change around in the garage. Still got the big Triumph. I'm not getting rid of that. But I had 5 bikes in the garage, which was a bit bloody ridiculous when you've only got one arse to sit on them. So yeah, I've sold 3 bikes. But I have got another one. Quite a few mates who are into I'm not really into the adventure bike scene, but decided to plonk my ass on this thing as a second bike. It's a bit of a workhorse, a bit of a donkey, to do a bit of commuting on, do a bit of, maybe take it down to the mouth of the Murray River fishing, to do this sort of thing, go and do a bit of shopping on. It's got a big top box on the back. It's a 2014 Suzuki V-Strom 650, and I'm finding it a great bike. Like I grew up on dirt bikes, and this thing's great. So we're heading back into town, and I'll try and describe a few of the virtues of the 650 V-Strom. I didn't know whether I'd like it or not. A friend of mine's got a big adventure bike, and he said, look, as far as the second bike goes, if you want something just to ride around where the weather's pretty average and something that can handle a bit of rough riding, then yeah, go for one of these. Did a lot of research over a period of about 12 months, and so this is the ideal stablemate for the old Triumph. So we'll get up the road a little bit, and I'll have a bit of a chat. Might take a few dirt roads on the way to town. So here we go. Yeah, so I did a lot of research on this bike, on the V-Strom. They got the 1000cc and the older versions, the 1000cc and the 650. But what I can gather, the 650 is lighter, easier on fuel. As I mentioned, I think this thing's more designed for dirt roads rather than tracks. But let's have a look. This sort of heads back towards town. It does handle, oh, rabbit just ran across in front of me. It does handle the dirt very well. There's a no-through road. Oh, what the hell. Man loves a challenge. That's a no-through road, which I don't know where this thing goes, but we'll go and have a look. If it gets too hairy, we'll turn around. Yeah, they weighs about 500 pounds, I think. I don't know what that is in kilos. Apparently they weigh 500 pounds. And it holds its weight pretty low, considering it's such a tall bike. That's another thing I don't, oh nah, she's starting to get a bit nasty up here. I won't go and do something silly like that. You know, that's looking a bit slippery and a bit muddy. We had quite a bit of rain here a couple of days ago. So we won't go doing that. But we won't go doing that either because there's a boxthorn bush there. Yeah. So yeah, it's a good all-rounder. and they're still making them, I think. They've been around forever and a day. 2004, I think the first one came out. And they're sort of known as being indestructible because the motor is in so many. It's in a couple of sports bikes, I think, little sports tourers. So it's a pretty well proven bike. One that's been in a couple of boxes, I said, and it handles the dirt, and it handles. The sweet spot is about 5,000 revs. But I've been watching YouTube videos on blokes that are running them at 75, 80 mile an hour in the freeway, on the freeways in the US, long distance sort of stuff, and yeah, they seem to be doing right out of it, so they go pretty well. And like I said, I'm buggered if I know where this road goes. The place that I've just bought, me and the partner have just moved into, was owned by the motorcycle posters out in the shed. It was owned by a motorcycle owner, and it's got a little section set up, a little workshop set up just for bikes, and that's not the reason I bought it. It's got a mezzanine section in the shed, which is a 12-metre shed, 12 by 6 metre shed that's been set up as a bit of a workshop. It's got it's got, sorry if we're shaking around a bit, the camera seems to be moving around quite a lot. This road's corrugated, so you probably, but yeah, the workshop back at the house, and I'll show you when I pull up back there, we couldn't be happy with the house. Great little living house, it's quiet, very quiet little town, but yeah, absolutely brilliant place to live. I stopped to turn the camera around. I've got out in the open road. I won't go over the recommended speed limit of 100 kilometres an hour, but just to show you how well it handles, I was just noticing then in some twisties that how well this bloody thing does handle. And for a big dirt bike, it handles pretty well. So here we go. I'll tell you one thing that I'm really surprised at with this bike, and I did actually see it in forums and on YouTube, that the fairing doesn't look like it would do much. It's got a little bit around your legs, but the shape of the tank cowling and the fairing really keep the wind off you, considering how small they are. So. I don't know if you can hear this, but here's another dirt road. Looks like it'll take me back towards home, back towards town. Yeah, so no, I'm bloody over the moon with life in general at the minute, and like I said, I haven't done a video for months. Not that I haven't wanted to, but everything's been packed away in a bloody cardboard box, including all my cameras. So it's good to finally get unpacked and have our stuff all around us, and be able to get back out on the bike again. I think for 3 weeks I didn't get on the bike at all, except for riding it down and storing it at the new house. So I've depleted just painted the stable somewhat, and so I've just got the V-Strom and the Triumph Thunderbird now, and that should do me. That should do me. I'm 60 years old, they probably will outlast me on a video. There's been a million videos done on the V-Strom. I won't go into the details of horsepower and torque and all that jazz. Time to get out and do a bit of off-road stuff. I want to go up and show you the Murray Mouth, which is only a four-wheel drive only beach, which isn't far from home. So we'll take you up there and give you a look when I get game to let the tyres down and go up on the beach. I might even take a fishing rod with me. And I want to do a bit of moto camping. I've got some bags to put on this thing, and tank bag and all that. So yeah, keep an eye open. So, and I, Paul from the Indian Crusade channel's doing his ride for charity up the bush for kids that can't afford a pair of boots, pair of footy boots. He's doing that ride up, and you never know, I might try and catch up with him on the big T-Bird and do some of the trip with him, see how we go. So yeah, I'm just seeing something which I don't know whether it happens in other countries, but being a hunter myself, I sort of know about these things, and we do a lot of we get a lot of feral animals here in Australia. A lot of blokes, when they shoot a fox, which do a bloody hell of a lot of damage. And by the way, if you're in hunting, you can always check out Merton Outdoors, which is my other channel. But yeah, I've just noticed a few foxes hanging on the fence here, so there must be a few around. At this time of year, we're just coming into our lambing season, so we'll see what we can. Oh yeah, there's 4 or 5 foxes hanging on the fence just here. And it's only been pretty recent too, they're fairly fresh. So yeah, 4 big dog foxes there, 5 there was on the fence by the look of it. So I'll try and get down here and turn around and show you. A bit hard to get down there, but we'll turn around here. There has been a lot of foxes around of late. Yeah, so there's 5 foxes there. Five foxes hanging up on the fence. I think you can see them. They have been there quite a while. But yeah, so that's what happens here in Australia. Shoot a fox and hang him up on the fence. We had horrendous wind and rain just the other day, just a few days ago. But this is gorgeous. This is be 17, 18 degrees, I suppose. Well, 17 degrees is reading on the instrument readout next to the gear indicator on the dash. I don't know whether you can hear this, but yeah, on the twisties, this is 110 k's an hour. And it handles bloody well at 110. Not uncomfortable, the seating position. I've got some a kit to lower the pegs down a little bit, but it's not too bad as it is. So yeah, she hoofs along all right. This year's there, 2014 Suzuki V-Strom. I bought this one from a bloke down in the city. He bought it for his son, and his son decided he didn't want to do that. So bit of shrubbery in there, but no, I'm really wrapped in the bike. It's a second bike, like I said, it's a beauty. Do all the maintenance yourself. The only thing this lacks is it's got fairly low ground clearance. So I'll look at putting a bash plate on that. But yeah, it's got a bit of storage on it, and I've got some bags at home. The tyres that are running on it are about 20/80, I suppose, 20 off-road, 80 road. But yeah, no, I'm pretty happy with the bike. It's got racks for the bags. It's got racks at the front there to stop you digging it if you drop it, which will happen. And like I said, that little screen and that little fairing, you wouldn't think would do very much, but it does. So anyway, it's a different route for me. Haven't had a dirt bike for a lot of years. If you like what I'm doing, guys, like and subscribe and all that good stuff, and hopefully I can get out and do some bike camping and that sort of thing, or get out on the big Triumph. So anyway, sorry about the delay between videos, but hopefully we'll see you again fairly soon. Cheers, thanks very much for watching.